Good morning, kids. Welcome to our social studies class. In today's class, we will learn about the next physical feature that lies in the western part of India. Hope you have guessed. Yes, the western desert. Look at this map of India. As we travel southwards from the Himalayas, the landscape, the scenery completely changes. As we saw, the northernmost part was full of Himalayan region, which was cladded with snow. Towards the south of this Himalayan region, we saw the northern plains, which were very fertile, full of greenery, full of green forests, thick forests, wild animals. Moreover, good crops growing over there and many major rivers flowing through these regions. And when we moved towards the west, we reached the dry desert region with very little vegetation, very few trees, less green part, dry part. Children, when we say desert, we start visualizing certain images, right? Like camels, caravans, cactus, sand dunes, oases. And the very first thing that strikes is the area which is full of sand. Yes, most of us are familiar with the hot and dry deserts which are full of sand. But do you know? We even have cold deserts like Ladakh in our country. In fact, the continent Antarctica is fully a cold polar desert. And we also have a desert in India, that is Rann of Kutch, which is covered with salt marshes. Hope you got an idea what exactly deserts are. So, a desert is a place where there is scanty rainfall, very less rainfall, less than 20 centimeter, with very little vegetation. Hardly you will see little cactus growing over there and date palms. The sandy soil supports the growth of only thorny shrubs, children. As these thorny shrubs require very less water. And there are few sources of water called oases in these regions. Usually we see that towns are developing or settling near these oases as water is easily available for their cattle and even for cultivation of crops. We have learnt in previous chapter what is oasis. Still I will revise that an oasis is a area in a desert where the underground water comes to the surface. Now let us know more about the Great Indian Desert, which is also called Thar Desert. Children, remember that it is the 7th largest desert in the world. As far location is concerned, Thar Desert lies towards the western part of India. If you see this map, you will easily know that it is in the western part. And also the major part of western Rajasthan state. See, Rajasthan eastern part is very fertile, you can say, but the only western part is dry and the desert region lies in the western part only. In fact, it extends towards the Punjab and Haryana in the north, very little part, and little part of Gujarat in the south. Children, see this map to understand its surrounding areas. This brown part you are seeing is a Thar Desert. See, it is surrounded by Indus Plains in the west. These Indus Plains are formed because of this Indus River. This blue line you are seeing, this is Indus River flowing through Pakistan, and even Indus Plains are lying in Pakistan. To the west, these plains are lying towards the west. Now Rann of Kutch to the south. Here in the Gujarat region, we are having Rann of Kutch. This is also a desert. And Aravalli range. This is the oldest range in the India, children. This is the oldest range, older than Himalayas. To the southeast, this lies in the southeast. And Punjab plains lie in the north and northeastern part of this western desert. I hope you have understood the location and the surrounding areas of this desert region. Yes, one more point I would like to explain. As I said, it is surrounded by Rann of Kutch to the south, isn't it? This Rann of Kutch is also a part of the desert. This word Rann means in Hindi desert only, and Rann of Kutch means the desert of Kutch area. This desert is full of salt masses, children. Do you know what a salt mass is? They are low-lying land next to the sea coast that is regularly flooded with salty sea water because of the sea tides. See, again I say, what happens when there are high tides in the sea during the full moon and new moon? What happens? The water reaches the land area. If the area is little low, what happens? The sea water gets filled into those areas, and when it gets evaporated, the water gets evaporated after certain days because of the sun rays. It gets dried and the salt gets deposited in these areas. I hope you have understood how these salt layers are deposited. They look just like snow. These areas look like snow if you see from the far, because they are fully white. That is why this Rann of Kutch is also called white desert. Moreover, many salt refining industries are located nearby these, as lot of salt is collected in these areas, and you have a delightful experience visiting this place during the full moon day, children, when the sand and salt gives amazing view in the full moonlight. Many foreigners visit especially during the winters because the climate is pleasant from October to Feb month, and there is a grand festival, Kutch festival, celebrated or organized during these months. So especially people want to watch even this, the tradition of Gujarat, the culture of Gujarat, the dances, folk dances of Gujarat, Garba and all is played there. Everything, all traditional food is served in this festival. So people enjoy, relish in these festivals of Rann of Kutch. In this region you can find sand dunes. Not only in this region, other than your cold deserts, you can find sand dunes in all the deserts. What are these sand dunes, you know? What happens when the wind blows in this region, children? What happens? The sand gets collected. The sand blows along with the wind, and when the wind stops, the sand gets collected into the heaps. These heaps of sand, low hills of sand, are called sand dunes. Now let us know about the climate of this desert region. Here the climate is extreme, that is, days are hot and nights are cold. Especially in summer, the day's temperature reaches up to 50 degree. Imagine, so hot it becomes. You can roast papads easily in this sand. And in winter, nights are freezing, that is, the temperature dips to -5 and -4 degree. You can easily freeze any water over there. So we can say the climate is very harsh in desert region. I'll tell you the reason why it is so. Children, sand, if you see the quality of sand, sand gets very easily heated up, and even it cools up also very easily. During the day, what happens? Due to the sun rays, they get heated up, the sand gets heated up. So the temperature rises extremely. Whereas in the night, in the winters, what happens? The sand gets cooled also very soon. So it gets very cold during the night. There is very little and less rainfall, less than 20 centimeter of rainfall you see in these areas. And when there is less rainfall, what will happen? There will be a shortage of water also. When there is shortage of water, we can't grow more of crops. So less vegetation will grow there. In fact, now we are having Indira Gandhi Canal. It has been constructed to provide water for drinking and irrigation in these dry areas. And this canal has turned the wasteland of this area into a green area. People have started growing crops, even cultivating crops in these areas. So it has also helped, this Indira Gandhi Canal has helped in preventing the spread of this desert region further. What happens once the area becomes green? It attracts rainfall, children. So now it is not further spreading. This desert region is not further spreading more. Even it is believed that these desert regions were not deserts earlier because of human activity, because the forests were cut, the deforestation has taken place. Because of that only these areas have turned into deserts. If you want to know the plight of the people in these areas, you can watch the movie Do Boond Pani, which depicts the true story of the drought hit areas and the water crisis in these regions. Now let us come, children, to what people here, what they rear. They rear here camels, as it can survive without water for many days and easily adapt to the climate of desert region, which is extreme. And it is the only means of transportation we find in this region, because the camel's feet are padded. They can easily walk in sand. When we talk about the famous towns of this area, you can see here Jaisalmer, Bikaner and Jodhpur are the towns of the desert region. Now that is all for today's explanation, children. We'll continue in the next class with the Southern Plateau. Till then, keep learning and revising, children. Thank you and have a nice day.